Oh hey, didn't see you there. My name's Nathan, and welcome to Hale. So cheesy. So today, I'm going to show you my complete Criterion collection. I currently have around 35 to 40 movies in my collection, and I've kind of been prolonging this video because my attitude is always, well, I don't want to make the video now because I know I'm going to be getting some more soon. But then I realized that will always be the case, that I will always be buying more, and so it seemed like now's the best time to do it. And once I've bought more movies, at that point I can make another collection video, whatever, however it works. Plus, you guys see my out and abouts and my hauls, and so if I make a Criterion update right now, and then film all the ones I buy in Barnes & Noble, you guys will always be updated on my whole collection. It's a win-win situation. And so, as always, I am going to show you my Criterions in order of the spine number. Spine number 2, Seven Samurai. It's a good movie, but it's long. Spine number 3, The Lady Vanishes. Spine number 35, Diabolique. Used to be my favorite foreign film. Used to be. But it actually was just kicked off the throne with a new foreign film that I'm going to show you in a little bit. But I still recommend it. It's really good. Spine number 36, The Wages of Fear. Also an incredible movie. Please watch it. Spine number 56, The 39 Steps. Spine number 139, Wild Strawberries. It's a deep movie, but I really appreciated it because I love elderly people. And this movie stars an elderly person. And it's about him scared that he's going to die. So, that's pleasant. Spine number 201, Umberto D. Blind By. It's a good movie with a man and his dog. It's really sad, but it's enjoyable. You should watch it. Spine number 221, Akira. I just saw this last week for the first time, and I'm so glad I did because I wanted to be able to say something for this video. This movie is long. It's like 2 hours, 23 minutes, so it's basically 2.5 hours. And it is great. Akira, right here, the title, I thought that was the name of the main character because I don't know Japanese. But Akira actually means to live. And when you know that and watch this movie, it is a very emotional ride. This scene right here of him in the park on a swing, one of the best scenes I've ever seen in a movie. It is amazing. This movie is sad, but it's great. You'll love it. Please watch it. Please buy it. Akira, coming this fall. Number 291, Heaven Can Wait. This is an Ernst Lubitsch film that I blind bought this last sale, and it was a good movie. It wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, but I enjoyed it for the most part. It kind of has similar themes to It's a Wonderful Life. So if you like that movie, then you may like this one. Number 437, Vampyre. This is a unique perspective on vampires, one that I hadn't really seen before, and so I liked this movie a lot. And with the Halloween season coming up, you should watch it. It's a good movie. And it's short too, so it's an easy watch. Number 452, The Spy Who Came In From the Cold. I'm ashamed to say that this is one of 2 Criterions in my collection that I still have not seen. So if you've seen it, please leave your comments in the comment section below because I really want to know what your thoughts are. I hope to watch it soon. It hasn't interested me lately, but I'll watch it someday. I promise. Spine number 476, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, in the weird packaging, but I tried to make it as Criterion as I could. Like, I got the one with the slipcover, and I also made sure I had the little booklet, although, I mean, come on. It's definitely the cheapest Criterion in the collection. Number 505. Whoa, just dropped it. Number 505. Make Way for Tomorrow. This movie had me interested because Thomas Mitchell is in it, and I really enjoy him as a supporting actor. It seems like he's always a very solid supporting actor in black and white movies, from what I've seen at least. And he's in this movie, and he does good. He's great. I mean, he never disappoints. But the movie itself is enjoyable as well. It's sad, but not like the saddest movie I've ever seen, but it is a sad movie. So be prepared for that. So if you want to watch a sad movie about elderly people, then yeah, watch this. Seems like I only talk about elderly people with you. Number 538, and one of the first Criterions I ever bought, Paths of Glory. The thing that intrigued me with this movie was the cover. It just looks like kind of an intense movie, and that it is, my friends, that it is. It is a sad movie as well, and you kind of get a look at the logistics behind war and the rules and the way they work. It's a good watch. I need to watch this movie again. It's been a few years, but I really like this one. Number 541, The Night of the Hunter. This movie is $50, but on the Criterion sale it's $25. It's a little bit more expensive, but I would say it's worth the extra $5 because it is a great movie and they give you loads of special features. In fact, they have a 2.5 hour behind the scenes like special feature on outtakes and behind the scenes footage from this movie, and obviously it comes with the standard booklet that all Criterions come with and everything. But it's a pretty big release. It's not just your standard 1 disc, 3 special features type Criterion. There's a lot of stuff with this one. But this movie is very eerie and kind of scary. So if you like that kind of stuff, then you'll really like this one. Spy number 543, Modern Times. I also saw this one for the first time just a few weeks ago, and I really liked it. In fact, it's probably my favorite Chaplin film, and it got me excited to buy more of his movies, and so that is accomplishing a big feat. Number 575, we have another Kubrick film, The Killing. This is a fun heist movie that takes a turn that you're not expecting, and so if you like heist films, definitely watch this one. Number 591, and the first Criterion I ever bought, and a Criterion that I think everyone should own, 12 Angry Men. It is an absolute classic, and there's not really anything I can say that I haven't already said or that hasn't already been said, so fairly well. Number 600, Anatomy of a Murder. Jimmy Stewart is in it, and so that's a reason alone to watch it. It is a long movie, running at 161 minutes, but it's one of 2 Jimmy Stewart films in the Criterion collection, so give it a watch. Also, the Nerd Writer just did a video essay on this movie, so watch that. Number 643, The Man Who Knew Too Much. Definitely one of my favorite covers for Criterion. It is absolutely beautiful with Peter Lorre's face right there. Just like the whole way it's designed, I love it. But the movie itself is pretty good. It's like Peter Lorre is the standout. Number 647 is On the Waterfront. I wish I could give you an accurate opinion on this, but I've only seen it once, and it was like 5 years ago. So I don't remember this movie too well, but I do remember liking it. And plus, the packaging on this one is pretty sick. Number 649, Ministry of Fear. This is one that runs for $15 when the Criterion sale is going on, and so I recommend picking it up. It's just a fun little mystery movie. It's nothing amazing, but it's definitely nothing bad, and if you like cake, you'll love this movie. All right? Just trust me on that. Number 663, and I just realized I have to redact what I said earlier about not having seen 2 of my Criterion movies. I actually haven't seen 3 of my Criterion movies. This is one of them, and it is Shoah. The reason that I haven't watched this one yet is because it is a 9-10 hour documentary on the Holocaust. It's obviously a very big time commitment, but also I have to be like mentally prepared to watch this movie. This is very heavy information. My friend Jackson saw it and absolutely loved it. So I'm excited to see it. I'm definitely excited to see it, but I don't know when I'll have the chance to see it. Number 670, To Be or Not to Be. This is another Ernst Lubitsch film, which I loved, actually. It was a very enjoyable movie. It is a dark comedy on Nazis in World War II, and so watch it, please. It's also a fun romance movie, and it's pretty funny, too. Number 677, The Uninvited. So I mentioned Paths of Glory and 12 Angry Men were among the first Criterions I bought. This was also it. So it was this, Paths of Glory, and 12 Angry Men. My first Criterion haul ever, I bought 3 movies, and those were the 3. The reason I bought this one was because 1, it was only $15, so it was a little cheaper, and 2, I wanted a good haunting movie, and this did it. I don't remember it too well, because again, I saw it like 5 years ago. Number 696, we've got another Hitchcock film, Foreign Correspondent. This is definitely my favorite Hitchcock film of the classic Hitchcock collection, so out of Lady Vanishes, 39 Steps, and The Man Who Knew Too Much, this one is my favorite one. It was just very suspense. Whoa! There were just plenty of twists and turns, and the movie went in a direction that I wasn't expecting. In fact, I didn't really know which direction it was going to go in, and I really enjoyed that. Plus, you couldn't help but just like smile in some of the scenes. Like, you know it's an old-fashioned movie, and the effects that they have on screen are definitely outdated, but you love it because of that. Like, I loved this movie. Number 700, and one of my favorite movies of all time, Fantastic Mr. Fox. I think pretty much everyone is aware of Fantastic Mr. Fox, so if you haven't already seen it, definitely give it a watch. It is a stop-motion animation film, and it is beautiful. Just watch it. Number 727, The Innocence. If you've seen the others with Nicole Kidman, I'm pretty sure that movie got a lot of inspiration from this movie, and after seeing this movie, I could definitely see that being true because they both have very similar vibes, mostly in the setting they take place. There were scenes where when I was watching it, I was definitely like, okay, yep, that's horrifying. But the movie as a whole isn't horrifying, if that makes any sense. Plus, the kid actors in this movie are great. And if you guys have seen the movie Capote with Philip Seymour Hoffman, the real Capote, he wrote this movie, so fun fact. Number 736, the only freaking Frank Capra movie in the Criterion Collection. It Happened One Night. Why aren't there more Frank Capra films? If you're not aware, Frank Capra is the one who directed It's a Wonderful Life, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, obviously It Happened One Night, Lost Horizon, Mr. Deeds Goes to Town, all those great classics, but this is the only one we have on the Criterion Collection, unfortunately. Number 748, one of like 2 or 3 animated films in the Criterion Collection, Watership Down. I think there are only 3. It's Fantastic Planet, Fantastic Mr. Fox, and Watership Down. That's something that I would also love to see more of, Criterion Collection. More animation. We gotta see more. But Watership Down is a fun movie. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. Watership Down is anything but a fun movie. It is very dark, but it's entertaining too, in a strange, dark kind of way. I was interested in this movie because of the book. I read the book before buying this movie, and it is a good adaptation of the book. Granted, of course, they leave things out, just like any movie adaptation from a book does. Oddly enough, this movie came out in 1978, and the animation is like 10 times better than the animation in the new Netflix miniseries. I mentioned earlier that Diabolique was dethroned as my favorite foreign film of all time. The movie that beat it is Spy Number 763, The Bridge. I just bought this one. In fact, you guys watched this in the Criterion Collection update recently. This movie is amazing. In fact, I want to do a video essay on it because I don't think enough people know about this one, and I think it needs to be known about. It is incredible. The movie is about young German boys, 16 years old, fighting in the final days of World War II. And I don't want to give too much information about it because I think it's just a movie that you have to see all the way through, and you have to be shocked equally as much as I was. But let me tell you this, if you want to watch an emotional movie that's going to stick with you for days, this is the one. It is incredible. Not only is it my favorite foreign film of all time now, it's probably my favorite war film of all time. Pick it up, please, give it a watch, and you will not regret it. I promise. My name is Nathan Hale, and I support this message. Number 885, we have another Hitchcock film. That is The Lodger. This is one of his first films. In fact, Hitchcock said that this is kind of the movie he wants to identify as his first film because he was pretty proud of it. It's a good movie. It's a silent movie. It wasn't anything amazing, but I'm glad I've seen it. Number 901, The Philadelphia Story. The second Jimmy Stewart movie that's in the Criterion Collection. Give us more! Number 908, this is the third Criterion in my collection that I have not yet seen, and it is Camarade Shaft. I have started it 2 different times, and for one reason or another, I just cannot get invested in this movie. I will watch it someday. I know that, but I haven't seen it yet. It's only 88 minutes, so I should just like power through it. If you've seen this movie, can you like give me a little bit of a motivation speech? Number 951, a newer release, True Stories. This movie is insane. It is so odd, so peculiar, but I love it for that. Halfway through a scene, it just breaks out into a musical, and I was like, what am I watching? John Goodman has a TV ad in the movie for girls who may be interested in marrying him, so that's like hilarious. And this edition is really cool too. It comes with the CD of the movie soundtrack. Like the way Criterions have booklets in every release, this one is a newspaper. So you open it up, and all like the information about the movie and like the video essays and everything, it's all in newspaper format. And like for an example, I mentioned John Goodman making that marriage ad. Right here it talks about him looking for a spouse. And so it's definitely a very cool release. It's just a very strange movie, but I like it for that. And finally, Spy Number 960. It is La Verite, which was a film that I enjoyed, but I didn't love it. And the more I think about it, it's kind of like one of those movies where like you watch it and you like it, but the more you think about it, you kind of dislike it more. It's a courtroom movie, which is good because I like courtroom movies. But the thing that's different from other courtroom movies is that rather than just take place in the courtroom the entire movie, what it does is it takes place in the courtroom, but it has flashbacks to stories from the case that they're working on. If you compare this movie to Diabolique and Wages of Fear, which are 2 other H.G. Clouseau films, then it's not very good. There you guys have it, my complete Criterion collection. I expect it to grow. It's not ginormous by any means, but I've never wanted a ginormous Criterion collection. I want to make sure that the Criterions that I own are movies that I love. And so you may have even noticed that Criterions I've showed in the past aren't in this collection. It's actually because when I see a Criterion movie that I don't like, I actually sell it, which may sound insane, but my attitude is if I don't like it, I shouldn't own it. Thank you guys so much for watching. You have a good day, all right? You.